Oh, I'm fine.
Okay, all right. Let's go on in and enjoy. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. You tell me. What do you want to talk about? Why are you ready for time?
Okay. I think about the last 10 years, Republicans and Democrats just can't move anything forward. It doesn't move this right anymore. So I kept looking at the news and reading and going, what can I do? And so kind of followed the breadcrumbs, but to doing this, got my signatures, just got certified.
Now it seems like you're just like running as an independent just because you're fed up with the party system, but not necessarily with a particular ideology. Is that right?
I know the different philosophies that they have, and I think we need to have a combination of both those things. I don't think the government can do everything, and I certainly don't think capitalism can do everything.
Right. Yeah, we've seen failures of both.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we have seen
the last
failures of
10
both.
years. Yeah.
And it just seems that now the tails are wagging the dog, and things just get worse. The attitudes just get more hostile. I don't see how we're ever going to come together if we're going to treat each other like that.
Right.
So I guess I want to get in there to be sort of a deal breaker. If there were more independents, that would be great, because we'd have to have
Some kind of liquidity or some kind of fluidity to actually get stuff done instead of just gridlock.
Where you would actually caucus separately,
Yeah.
be the independent people that they had to come and talk to and explain why they want to do things and how we can work together. So I think this is needed.
Now, one thing, like being a political science student, like I just think is like just hilarious and horrible at the same time. Is while like everyone hates Congress, you know, the approval level is like what 6% or something, atrocious like that. People tend to like their own congressperson.
Yeah, I hear that.
And it's like called Benno's paradox or something. How do you change that mentality of how do you convince voters to say we need a moderate, even though they don't want a moderate, but moderates are what's necessary for change in Washington?
I actually hope that I'm tapping into a mood where everybody says, even though I like my congressperson, it's just not working back there. And they get back there and they're beholden to the billionaires and the lobbyists and all of that, and we're going to do something different.
Interesting.
We're going to do something different.
What about like one thing that's happening now is like they're debating a tax code. They're like looking at the expiration of the Bush tax cuts coming up. How would you vote on that?
Well, I won't be there.
Okay.
But, you know, I won't be there yet.
Yes.
Kaufman's going to be the person that has to do that, and I'd love to ask him what he's going to do.
Me too.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. But I think we've got to work both ends of it. We've got to start controlling our budget, and we've got to find a way to improve the economy.
Now, Kaufman was the guy who just came out and like said Obama is un-American. And how does that happen in a moderate district? How do you have a guy who's like a closet birther kind of mentality?
I think this once again is evidence that the system is corrupted, because you have to raise such obscene amounts of money, $3 to $5 million. Believe me, not going to happen for me. Yeah, that amount of money, when you go to fundraisers, it invariably happens. You say something to appeal, to get people to open their checkbook. And I know he finds himself in Albert County, probably in a room that wants to hear what he had to say.
Yep.
So he said it, and I'm sure he regretted it, but there it is.
I wonder if he regretted it until, I wonder if he did regret it until it surfaced online and then just blew up.
Well, everybody should know that everything surfaces online.
Yeah.
You know, so everybody should be watching what they say.
Now,
and I'm not be disrespectful that way. I mean, I just find, no matter what you think of the president, the office of the president,
you need to respect it.
You need to respect it.
Speaking of that, the George Bush head, did you see that? HBO series Game of Thrones. Like they were talking like the DVD commentary, and there was like a head on a spike, and it turned out to be George Bush's head because they were using props left over from an old movie, and they mentioned it, and it was a horrible thing for HBO, and everyone was super embarrassed. They had to apologize and edit out of the DVD, and it was just a funny thing, like how even the smallest little thing, a comment in a DVD commentary, and it's overnight, it just fires up.
Yeah.
Now, you're coming to this late, it's kind of late, right? I mean,
I've actually been thinking about it for about a year.
Oh, wow.
And like I said, I had trouble finding anybody that would work with me to get consultants and do that sort of thing. I wasn't going to do it half-ass.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
So I wanted to do it as professionally as I could, but
Yeah.
a lot of consultants, they either do Democrats, or they do Republicans, and everybody said, good luck, but not us, so I finally did find
What's
something.
the independent strategy? How do you get people to vote independent when it's like 40% of people are voting Republican, 40% are voting Democrat?
The news, read the papers, and think, how is this working?
But
Just
don't
spending
Americans
the same
care
money.
anymore? Don't they just watch
I
Fox
have to hope
News?
so.
And
I
yeah,
have to hope so, and if I ever get to thinking that one person or a small group of people can't make a difference,
right.
I think I'm just gonna pack it in. Because I really feel that, I sat around saying something's gotta change. No good people ever get into politics anymore, and you can't trust anything they say. And the next question was, well, what was I gonna do? And I
Yeah.
decided to get involved,
Cool. Have you always been an independent or
on and off,
on and off?
on and off.
Both Republican and Democrat?
I have voted both parties.
Wow, cool.
And I live with a card carrying Republican. So we can give hope for world peace, we don't see anything.
I'm from Monument, Colorado, so
Uh-huh.
uber conservative down there, and
Yeah.
now I live in Boulder, Colorado, so I've seen the extremes of both worlds too.
Yeah,
It's
I
just,
actually find that's one of the neat things about it, between Colorado Springs
yeah,
and Boulder.
it's hilarious being in Boulder for so long, going back to like Colorado Springs, it's just like,
I know.
just like the political signs everywhere, it's just like, wow, these people really, really like conservative.
Yeah, and I totally get that everybody's gotta find their way,
Yeah,
and if that's what you want, but I think the evidence is in that it's not working for the country. You can have personal views, but I'm not sure that's the way to run a country. You know, when you
Yeah.
have people debating issues and finding common ground and moving things forward.
so how are you gonna get your message out if you're not gonna reveal the race much money as a Democrat or Republican?
Mhm.
Are you just gonna go door to door and knock on 10,000 doors?
We've got a web presence, so that's a start. And I've been out in the neighborhoods walking, and my opening comment is, how is Congress working for you? And I can't tell you that. Everything.
And people just laugh in your face, like, what do you mean, how is it working?
Well, that's
Yeah.
pretty much it. You get everything from wry smiles to things that you can't print. But
Yeah.
it's always pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Republicans or Democrats, people are going, it's not.
Yeah,
It's not working. So I'm hoping to make a change.
cool.
Great.
Well, you've answered all my questions.
Take our
I
info.
unfortunately, I can't vote for you
Okay.
because I'm not in your district,
Got
but
it.
I really enjoyed speaking with you. This is cool.
That was fun too.
I'm not even sure I know anyone in the 6th district. But if I run into
Okay.
anyone, I will mention your name.
All right.
Thanks so much.
It was really nice
Yeah,
meeting
cool.
you.
Thank you.
Good.
Have a good one.
Bye. Maybe you'll hear from you in the future.
Maybe.